Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So as I told in my last video that in the further coming videos I will be doing numericals based on Proel as well as Hartnell governor together. So today we'll start first with a problem of Proel governor. So the question, if it's not clearly visible, then I will read aloud so that you will be able to understand what exactly the question wants to say and what we have to find. A Proel governor has equal arms of length 300 mm. So length is given 300 mm. The upper and lower end of the arm are pivoted on axis. That is the upper and lower end of the arms. The arms, what are the arms? What is its length? 300 mm. They are joined with the axis directly. That is, no certain distance is given from the axis. So since both the axes are directly attached, both the arms are directly attached to the axis, so the ratio will be 1. The ratio of k will be tan beta upon tan alpha will be 1, are pivoted on axis of governor. The extension arm of lower links are each 80 mm long and parallel to axis when radii of rotation of balls are, that is minimum and maximum position is given 150 and 200 mm. So this is 80, this is 150 and this is 200, this is 300. So mass of ball is 10 kg and mass of sleeve is 100 kg, that is small m is 10 and capital M is 100. So let's go with the problem. So let us first consider a minimum position. I will draw the diagram here. Minimum position. So as we know, take the half part. It is directly joined with the axis. Then extend it backwards. Join this. This is the point where you have got the ICR. In Proel, what you know, the mass of the ball is slightly away from the point. Slightly away from the point. This is the mass of the ball. And this is the centrifugal force acting. This is the length, that is 80 mm long and parallel to axis. Name this as F, this as M, this as D. Since the whole part is mg, half part is mg by 2. First we have taken minimum condition, so 150. The point from the center of the actual point where the ball should have been to the point where the link is attached to the axis of the governor is called governor axis, h1, that is governor height of governor is alpha. This is alpha, so this is also alpha. This is beta, since this is beta, and this length, this length, it is 300. This is 300. So what we have to do, I named it all. So this is P, this point is P, this is G, this is F, this is T. Okay, so now what? Now same as we solved in the Porter governor, in triangle PGF, in triangle PGF, by Pythagoras theorem, H1 is equal to PG, H1 is equal to PG is equal to root of PF square minus FG square. So what is PF? It is 300 square minus PG square, it is minus FG square, it is 150 square. So the value is 260 mm. If you convert it into meter, then you will get 0.26 meter. You will get 0.26 meter. Now the next step is FM. See, FM is equal to GD. FM is equal to GD. Since both are parallel, FM is equal to GD is equal to PG. Since they lie in a straight line, So these all are equal to 0.26 meter or 260 mm. Now BM. What is BM? What is BM? See, BM is BF plus FM. BM is BF plus FM. So FM is what? Is equal to GD. So FM we know. And BF is what? 80. So basically we have to find the whole BM. That is why we have equated it and we have like found the value that both are same. So FM is 260. So we will get 340, which is 0.34 meter. So keep it in mm only. Now next. Now the formula, the relation between N and H. So what is the formula? What is the formula, guys? The formula is N1 square equal to FM by BM small m plus capital M upon small m into 895 upon H1. See, since alpha is equal to beta, k is equal to 1. ये तो यहाँ पर 1 प्लस के आता था और नीचे 2m, तो k 1 है, 1 प्लस 1 2, 2 कैंसिल. सो fm अपॉन bm m स्मॉल m प्लस कैपिटल m अपॉन स्मॉल m इंटू 895 अपॉन h1 इक्वल टू n1 स्क्वायर. So just substitute the values in terms of meter. FM is 0.26, BM is 0.34, small m is 10, capital M is 100, small m is 10, 895 upon 0.26. So you get N1 is equal to 170 RPM. You can check in Calci if you have any doubts, a clarification. Now the second one. First one we have completed. Now the second one. Second one you only tell what we have to do. First, draw the diagram. The distance will be somewhat more, since here it is 200. Extend it backward. Join it, you will get ICR. Join this. This is B. This is the centrifugal force. And mg by 2. This is beta, so this is beta. This is alpha. This is alpha. This is height of governor H1. This is G. This is P. This is F. This is 300. See, everything is same. Only difference is 200. So exactly you have to do the same thing. The Pythagoras theorem you have to apply. Then you will find H1. Pythagoras theorem you have to apply again. PF minus FG square. So here 200 square. 300 square minus 200 square is 240 mm. So that is 0.24. So again same thing, FM is equal to FM is equal to GD is equal to PG is equal to 0.24 meter. So what is BM? BF plus FM. So BF plus FM. So BF is 80 meter. So 80 mm, sorry, plus 240 mm. So 80 plus 240, what it is? 304. So it is 0.304 meter. And lastly, you have to apply the formula. What is the formula? N1 square is equal to FM by BM small m plus capital M upon small m into 895 upon H1. Okay. You just substitute the formula and get the answer. You will get N2 is equal to 180. This is N2. Extremely sorry, because here height H2 is there, no? N2. So N2 is 180 RPM. So what is N2 minus N1? N1 was 170, N2 is 180. So minus difference between them is 10. So this is the range of the speed of the governor which we have to find. So let's go with the second problem. of a Hartnell governor. So guys, this is the second problem in which it is given a Hartnell governor has a speed range of 290 rpm to 310 rpm for a lift of 15 mm. That is, the sleeve lift is 15 mm and it is at a right angle. Here it is not given, it is two right angled bell. So the sleeve arm and the ball arm are 80 mm and 120 mm respectively. The radius of rotation of ball is 120 mm, that is R1. R is given when the ball arm is vertical. See, here it is given ball arm is vertical, means obliquity effect is neglected. What is obliquity effect? That is the movement that I told you. The horizontal arm left में जाएगा तो sleeve arm नीचे जाएगा. That is the displacement x1 x2 x1 y2 y1. That will not take place. It will be at mean position. That is x is equal to x1, y is equal to y1. So the axis and the sleeve arm and the horizontal arm all will be at the same position. So the second equation that we derived, if you don't remember, you can see my last video and you will understand in numerical also. So mass of ball, each ball is 2.5 kg, load on the spring for minimum and maximum speed, and they have told us to find the spring rate. So let's go with the problem. So again, see the data carefully. Speed range is 290 rpm to 310 for a lift of 15 mm. Sleeve arm and ball arm are 80 mm and 120 mm. Radius of rotation is 120. Mass of each ball is 2.5 kg. What we have to find is load on the spring for minimum and maximum speed, that is fs1 and fs2, and spring rate, that is k. So let's go with the problem. Let's solve the problem. As I have explained you in the question, the same way you have to approach. So what you will do? So first let's go with the data as given in the question. If you have seen it, so there it was given n1 is equal to 290 rpm, n2 is equal to 310 rpm. So find its angular speed respectively, omega 1 and omega 2, that is 2 pi n1 by 60 and 2 pi n2 by 60. You will get respective answers, that is omega 1 is equal to 30.4 radian per second and omega 2 is equal to 32.5 radian per second. Sleeve lift is 15 mm. Y, that is the sleeve arm is 80 mm. Ball arm is 120 mm. Radius of rotation is 120 mm. So convert it in terms of meters: 0.015, 0.08, 0.12, 0.12, and mass of the small ball is 2.5 kg. Mass of the small ball is 2.5 kg. So what we have to find? Load on the springs fs1 and fs2 and k, that is fs2 minus fs1 upon h. So four formulas, see, we have to apply in this sum. Only four formulas, that is fc1, that acts the centrifugal force, mr omega 1 square, mr omega 1 square r1, m r2 omega 2 square. So r1 we know, r is equal to r1 is equal to 0.12. Why r is equal to r1? Since obliquity effect is neglected here, that is here the sleeve arm will be equal to the axis. The ball arm will be equal to the axis, and the sleeve arm will be, that is both will be vertical at a right angle to each other. So r is equal to r1. r2 we have to find. How we will find r2? We derived a equation, that is h is equal to r2 minus r1 into y by x. If you don't remember, you can see in my derivation that I taught you of Hartnell governor. So by this you can find r2. Then finally you have to apply mg plus fs1 is equal to 2fc1 into mg plus fs1 equal to 2fc1 into x by y. Here the obliquity effect is neglected. So these are the basic formulas you have to apply. So let's go with the problem. Let's approach it. So what is Fc1? M R1 omega 1 square. Just substitute the values and get the answer. 0.12 and omega 1 square is 30.4 square. So you will get the answer 277 Newton. You can cross verify by using calculator if the values are correct. And Fc2 is M R2 omega 2 square. So what is R2? See, we know H is equal to R2 minus R1 into Y by X. So R2 is R1 plus H into X by Y. So what is R1? What is R1? 0.12. What is H? H is sleeve lift. And what is X? X is ball arm. What is Y? Y is sleeve arm. And the value of R2 is 0.1425 meter. Value of R2 is 0.1425 meter. Now you will go with Fc2. What is Fc2? Fc2 is M R2 omega 2 square. So Fc2 you will get somewhat as 376 Newton. See, there is no need of even drawing the diagram. It's only for your understanding, better understanding, visualization. So lastly you have to apply the formula mg plus fs1 is equal to 2 into fc1. How this equation came, you can like compare by seeing the derivation. So just substitute the values. M will be 0 since the mass of the central load is neglected here. Fs1 we have to find. 2 into Fc1 we know. What is 2 into Fc1? Fc1 was 277. Into X we know it is 0.12 and Y we know it is 0.08. So see, 2 into 277 into 0.12 upon 0.08 is 831 Newton for highest position. So I will just write down the values. Fs1 is 831 Newton, Fs2 is 1128 Newton. So S is 1128 minus 831 upon the sleeve lift 15. You have to keep in terms of mm. So what is the spring stiffness? That is 19.8 Newton per mm. So what I have done, I have found Fc1 the centrifugal force, applied the formula of mr omega square. R1 was given, R is equal to R1 since the arms are vertical. Then I have found R2 by the equation H equal to R2 minus R1 into Y by X. Then we have taken the formula by taking the momentum when both the arms are vertical, that is the ball arm is at mean position, sleeve arm is vertical to the ball arm, there is no displacement. That is equation is mg plus fs1 equal to 2 into fc1 into x by y. That is the central load is equal to 0 here since it is neglected. Rest all substitute the values and you will get the answer. Fs1 as 831 and fs2 as 1128. S you can take in terms of meter or mm, so S is 19. So guys, we will do one more important problem of a Hartnell governor that has obliquity effect. There is displacement, alteration occurs there, so that we will do in second part. So till then guys, peace out, stay safe. Please like, share, subscribe my video.